Hello, I'm Dennis Egan. I'm a professor adjunct over at George Washington University. I'm also an Alaskan, and I have a question for Jacob. Jacob, how can you sell a program to Aboriginals or Native Canadians that destroy their established way of life? And it certainly does that. It certainly does that. So how do you do that? How do you balance off development and the need for Americans in the United States to have energy that you're going to destroy their fish harvest? How do you do that?
No, that's a great question, and it's a very incredibly important one for Canada, because you're right. A lot of a lot of energy development, a lot of resource development in general. I often say, as a Canadian, one of the only things I can remember from high school, and it's a good thing I do, is the law of diminishing returns. When it comes to energy resources, when it comes to mining resources and the like, the easily, quickly developable stuff that is close to large population centers is done first, and then the more difficult, further afield projects are pursued later. And in Canada's case, that means further north, and exactly as you mentioned, it means interacting with Aboriginal communities, small Aboriginal communities. And exactly that dynamic is put to developers as you're developing a large-scale energy resource for customers that are far afield, potentially down as far as the United States to the south, and the project itself is going to occur in a comparatively small northern, often Aboriginal community. How do you do it? That's the question. And the best answer that I think our members can muster is by truly listening and displaying that you're listening. That seems to be, that's the biggest large-scale answer I can give you. There's a bunch of course, individual projects that you could go through and do case studies on each one, and how do they interact with Aboriginal people and reach mutual benefit and succeed and the like. And there's all kinds of stories that we could tell in that regard. But in general, I think the answer would be you have to go in and listen to Aboriginal communities, and you have to display that you're listening. So if you come in with a certain project that's designed to do a certain thing and to be of a certain size and so much power, be prepared perhaps to change that. Sometimes, in some cases, shrink it. And in many cases, our companies have done precisely that.